Well, with cold weather sweeping across the South this winter, propane use has reached record levels, resulting in higher prices and tighter supplies. Damon Jones traveled up to Madison, Georgia recently to see how poultry producers are dealing with the problem and how the Georgia Farm Bureau is trying to help.
I've been in the chicken business probably 30 years, and it's probably the coldest winter I've seen.
Thanks to these frigid temperatures, poultry producers are being forced to withdraw a record amount of propane in order to keep their chicken houses properly heated. In fact, many are using 500 to 600 gallons a week per house.
Well, my chickens right now are 7 days old, so target temperature right now is 90 degrees. So allows a little more heat. Plus you have to ventilate, so you're pulling the heat out, bringing fresh air in, so constantly using heat.
While the cost of propane has risen to around $4 per gallon nationwide because of the huge demand, it's not even the biggest concern for the poultry farmers at the moment. It's getting the product when they need it.
The problem we've had is the gas companies are so busy taking care of the customers, the homes, the dwelling homes, that they haven't had a chance to take care of all the chicken houses. But usually you call a week ahead, you get your gas, but you need to plan in advance farther than you normally do. You know, last year, year before, you could probably call one day and have it delivered within 2 days, but not this year. You need to give at least a week.
As for what farmers can do to survive the shortage, it's really quite simple.
Just looking at this gas every morning, check to see how much I've used and figure how much it's going to take to get me through the week, and give the gas company a week, 10 days advance, and you won't have any problems.
However, if it continues, the tight supplies will eventually cause a problem for farmers in the future, and that's why the Georgia Farm Bureau has made it a key issue to address to state leaders. It's a concern that is being heard loud and clear.
We've touched base with the governor's office and with the Commissioner of Agriculture's office. Of course, they were already aware of the situation, and they had already heard, they knew what the situation was already, but the governor has issued a proclamation or executive order to prohibit gouging, price gouging, for those who might be tempted to do that. Hopefully it would reduce the likelihood that gouging would occur.
And it's not just the prices that are a big concern, but also the distribution. To help settle that, legislation is going all the way to the top.
Also, we've been working with our congressional delegation to get them to sign on to a letter to President Obama, urging him to look into the situation to maybe help rearrange the supplies to get them into the areas that they're most needed, to help alleviate the shortage, which is the cause of the problem right now. We just don't have the propane where we need it at the proper time.
While this cold a winter has been few and far between for Georgia producers, that doesn't mean they won't be taking some extra precautions in the future.
Yeah. Matter of fact, when this batch goes out in about 5 weeks, I'm putting new curtains on, maybe put in some more insulation, just doing some things. But it's been an unusual winter. It may not happen again for the next 15, 20 years, but I am going to do some different things next winter.
Reporting from Madison, I'm Damon Jones for the Georgia Farm Monitor.